Yeah, I mean he's been working really hard all year. Maybe haven't gotten the results he's been wanting to, but he works hard. So yeah, good for him.
Razor, just talked about the way this game played out tonight, back and forth battle. You guys come on top. What have you guys learned about finding ways to win this season?
I think we started off really well. In the first period, first 5 especially, and they kind of came after us after that. And then I think second and third we're playing some really good hockey and playing the way we should do every game. So it's about finding ways. They're a good team with a lot of good players.
Lucas, just going back to Marco, I mean, one thing you can't fault him for is his work ethic, no matter what. How important is that, even when things maybe aren't going the way a player would like?
I mean, it's huge. It's his second year. It could be a tricky one, and for him, I think that the way he's working, like you said, you see it in games, but practices as well, before, after. I think, will pay off. He, just got to be patient and get that confidence back.
You talked about that second year. What is it that's challenging about it as a player, a young player?
I wish I knew. I think first year you come in, everything's new. You're kind of riding that high and excitement of going into every building. It's a new building for you to come in, and you're playing against a lot of your childhood idols. In that second year, expectations become different. So it's tricky, but like I said, it's about doing the right things, and everyone's not always going to score. We need guys to contribute in a lot of different ways, and he plays hard. I think he leads our team in hits. So there's positive things to take out of it.
You come in tonight against a team that's second in 2 nights. You got another one coming in here on Sunday. Are these the games you have to win if you want to make the playoffs?
I have to. I don't know. I think they're for sure puts us in a good spot. I think coming out with. We talk a lot about series against teams. We want to win our series, and especially against these 2 teams that we played twice in the year. I think it's important to win both of those games. So, we came out a little flat against Boston, didn't play we wanted to, so tonight was a big bounce back game for us, and we look to keep that going.
Speaking of work ethic, Dylan Larkin is now 10th all-time in Red Wings goals. Considering this is the centennial season, how huge is that, and what have you learned the most from playing alongside him so far in your career?
It's impressive. I think in an organization like Detroit, so many greats have come through and played here, and you see it in a night like Fedorov's jersey retirement. Just seeing all of those guys, it's unbelievable. So for Dylan to climb up there, it's really impressive, and he puts in a lot of work. He carries a big load for this team, and both on and off the ice. So happy for him, and hopefully he can climb a couple more spots.
You didn't give up a lot of shots, but it seemed like Gibson really came up with some timely saves when it was tied 2-2, and when you were leading, protecting a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Gibby's been unbelievable for a big part of this season for us. So. He came up when he needed to. Obviously, I think we didn't give up a lot, but the chances we gave up were quite significant. So, look to clean that up as well. I think we had a couple of shifts, especially in the second period, where we had them hemmed down in their zone for a long time, and then kind of they created something off of nothing and got a big scoring chance. So, look to limit that, but it's just such a comfort to have Gibby back there, and when Taub's in as well, they make a huge part of our team.
You got 3 more assists tonight. You lead the team in that department. Do you look upon yourself as a goal scorer, or a playmaker, or a little bit of both?
I'd like to think a little bit of both. I think shots create a lot of things, whether that's goal or just play off of it. So you have to be a shooter, but I might be a little bit more of a playmaker in the if I have to pick one, but try to do as much as possible. Thank you, guys.
Well, Marco, just how good did it feel to put one in the net?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I mean, I think we've been playing good hockey the last few weeks, and just as a team, getting this win today after a tough one in Boston is important. And then also, for me personally, it's always fun to score one, and after a long time it was an empty net goal, but it counts the same. So I'm just happy to see it go in, and I hope we can keep it going as a team and personally as well.
It's like you were kind of flying out there tonight. What did you see on your assist on JT's goal in the second period?
I was just trying to get the zone. The guy stepped up And then JT was yelling pretty loud for it after that, so I found him there and picked it in, so that's good too. And yeah, I think felt good today. I think everybody was skating a lot today. First 5-7 minutes we were really skating a lot. We played good offensively. We were having like second quicks in the offensive zone and stuff like that. Pucks didn't just die and like won it out, and I think that's important for us moving forward too.
Marco, what's been the key for you this season is the points having come like they did last season?
Yeah, I mean, just staying with it every day, just coming to the rink, prepared to work hard in practice, work hard in games, do the little things right, and just stay on top of that. You know, I've watched some video trying to improve things and stuff like that, but every time I go on the ice, try to improve by a little bit and just keep working hard.
Last year, you got off to a bit of a tough start too, and then things really took off for you around this time last year. Just kind of shows that if you stick with it, that things can turn around.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. You always gotta stick with it. You can quit on yourself, can quit on things and stuff like that. So you just gotta keep your head in it and come to work every day and do your best. I think.
You guys have seemed to have done a good job of protecting those 1-goal leads late. What do you think has been the key behind that success this year for this group?
I think we work a lot of on like the defensive side of the puck. We've been like watching some video on that, working in practice, stuff like that. Just playing a solid game, not making like easy giveaways on blue lines and stuff like that. And especially like, with a 1-goal lead, we just gotta keep playing, not just sit back. And I think we did it today really well.
You talk about the little things. You're leading the team in hits by a wide margin. You kill penalties. There's lots of stuff you do for this team beyond points. Is it you kind of focus your energy in that and keep that up and figure the points will come eventually?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it. I'm really trying to go out there and do whatever it takes to help this team win. You know, we're a great group of guys, and I'll just do whatever it takes. And you said, like, just going out there, hit some guys, win battles and stuff like that. Even more maybe. And even more if the points are not there, like, you know, just like I talk about all the time now, the little things and in practice too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Todd, so many of the guys have talked about the work ethic Marco Kasper has shown just over the weeks and months leading to this point, and he's voiced some of the frustration in getting to this point. How satisfying was it for you to see that and then kind of to come home there?
Yeah, most importantly for Marco. I think, well, no, I know his game has been coming. Maybe not on the score sheet regularly, but his physicality, his tenacity, his skating, he looks like a different player right now. So I don't know if he hit rock bottom and built himself back up, but he's done a real good job. And when your teammates are still rooting for you, that's important, and the guys are pulling for him on the bench. They have his back. They know he's an important piece on the team, and you know, tonight he got rewarded with some points, goal, but his overall game was impressive.
He seems like a very grounded guy, especially for his age. How important is that? At least we don't see that it seems to affect him emotionally.
Yeah, I think you have him figured out right. You're around him enough to know that he doesn't get too high or too low, but he's a very proud individual, and I think some of that's held inside. We've had some good talks, and sometimes it's held inside. He doesn't want to let his guard down or let anybody see him, but I know it's been heavy on him. And I give him all the credit in the world for continuing to try and work through it. And maybe he's starting to break through.
Do you think there's something to be said, too, for it being his second year? I mean, Dylan similarly had some bumps in his second year. It's far from unusual.
Yeah, well, it's the player this time last year was just evolving. He was just coming out. And, you know, he had a tremendous run. And was a factor. The last 5 games of the season, I don't know, after we played Montreal, if I can remember correctly, we were almost eliminated. So those are games where you experiment a little bit. You can play loose and free, and the consequences aren't quite as big. And then you go home, and you come back, and you know, the staff expects a lot from you. He expects a lot from himself. Teammates do. We're going to play him with Kane and DeBrincat, and we're just going to ride off into the sunset. And sometimes that doesn't work like that, and this was a prime example of it. So every year is different. Every training camp's different for every player, not just Marco. And When you're in your second year, you don't know that until you experience it.
There may not be anybody who more badly wants this team to not only get into the playoffs, but to go on a deep run than Dylan Larkin. With his goal tonight, now 10th all-time in Red Wings history. What have you learned the most since you arrived here just a little over a year ago about Dylan and his overall work ethic?
Well, I had some time with Dylan with Team North America, but he was at a really young age. All those players were under 23. Most of them were anywhere between 18 and 21, really, and that was really it for me. And then being out west, you don't truly know a player until you really get around him. So Dylan cares immensely. That's the first thing I tell you. He cares about the city, the team, the organization, his teammates, and he's driven. He is a proud Red Wing. He's a proud captain, and that's real important. Then you have all the on-ice stuff. And, Nick Lidstrom's here now, Henrik Zetterberg, our boss, Steve Yzerman, all wore those C's, and they all had those qualities. They were proud Red Wings. And he's learned that from them, and now he's playing. So I figured that part out. And then on the ice, his pace and his tenacity, he's got a knack for, scoring timely goals, which he did tonight again. And we can use him in multiple situations. So we appreciate that part of it. Real good teammate.
Todd, we're running out of good things to say about John Gibson. He's been so good now for a long time. But today he seemed even more determined in that third period, like, I'm not going to give up this goal. I started to wonder, how much of the improvement in the defense has stemmed from the confidence they get now seeing this guy just playing well as he is.
Yeah, I can tell you for sure it helps. We made mistakes tonight that we won't talk about. We'll talk about it in the coach's room, maybe show some players, and we move on to the next game. If the goaltending is subpar, you're bringing up the mistakes. You're talking about giving up a 2 or 3 goal lead again and all that type of stuff, and it just snowballs. So the confidence level goes way up. You know that if you err, he's there. And, when you get real good goaltending, it makes everybody look better, and he's doing that.
Todd, Raymond, 3 assists tonight. He's always been known for his hockey sense, but are you seeing him taking his playmaking skills to an even higher level this year?
I've always viewed him as being a pretty good playmaker, not just a pure scorer. You think on the power play, the ability to sell the shot, know the stick was broken, and then sell the shot to get the goalie to bite is playmaking 101. There's some deception in it. I thought the poise he had on the empty net goal, too, to calm things down and not just fire away at an empty net. He found a teammate, Kasper, wide open, and away they went. So I've always thought he had real good playmaking skills, and we're seeing them right now.
Hey, Todd, what does it say about the resiliency of your team or the competitiveness or whatnot about you haven't lost 2 in a row without getting points since Thanksgiving? I mean, what's a sign of that team? I mean, what's a sign of that?
Well, that's important. I think this morning we talked about our conference division, I believe I said I don't even know if anybody loses. Everybody seems to win all the time. So we have to have the bounce back day after day. I thought yesterday's practice set us up for today. We skated well in practice yesterday. We were rested. We were prepared to go to work. We didn't overcook it, but we got what we needed, and practice helped us play against the speedy team today. Good night.